Hi everyone, I'm Olga. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you my new coloring books that I've got during the last 2 months, mostly while I was on holidays in Belarus. But the first book I want to show you is this Fantasia by Nicholas Chandravinatta. Finally I've got this edition. I have this one. I think this is the first one, and I've had it for some time, and I even colored one picture in it, but I didn't like it really. It's on the smaller size and the paper is no good, as you can see. Even from the pencil the paper became like this, and it doesn't open up nicely. I don't know, I just didn't feel like coloring in it, and I wanted a new edition, and I did order it after all, and got it when I was not here. It was waiting for me when I came back. This is the 3rd edition, I think, and I really like it because the paper is nice, thicker and a little bit toothy, one-sided again. There is some perforation, you can take the pages out, and quite a big size. So I'm looking forward to coloring it finally. So the second book is Fairies and Friends Special from Coloring Heaven. I bought this one in Abu Dhabi airport while I was in transit there. I thought maybe I have only one like a fairy type book, but that's all. And this one looked so cute and beautiful. Besides, yeah, there's some illustration like of Japanese theme, which I like, so I had to have it. Then I've got this like mini coloring books. It is called Metamorphose, I think. But this is not Belarusian Metamorphose. Originally it was a French edition, Art Therapy, Metamorphose. I will show closer for anyone who's interested. And this is just a Russian edition of that book, and illustrations by A. Barnatan. There is some interesting like this, a bit weird, still nice illustrations, and like here you can see an old man, and at the same time there's like a couple. There are a few illustrations like this in the book, so I really wanted it. Some are quite scary, some are weird, some are pretty. Yeah, nice book. Then again, this is the same publisher, I think, Art Therapy. Again, French, originally French edition, but I got Russian one. Really can't show you because my camera, I hope you can see. Again, Art Therapy, Hatchet Livre, not good with French. This is called Julie. I can say that I like all the illustrations in the book, but some are really nice. This type I really don't like because I don't like to color like this. But still, there are like some jewelry, would be nice to practice, and some portraits, really nice. and especially I like this chapter, Ethnic Jewelry. I'm a big fan of ethnic jewelry, so it was really I couldn't resist these images. Like, the paper is not that good, but we'll see how it will work. This is Masai, I think. Then 3 Russian edition books, art coloring books. Mystical creatures, Russian fairy tales, and Slavonic motifs. Actually, this publisher have a lot of other coloring books in the same format, but I've got only these 3, closer to my heart. Mystical creatures by Dinara Bruma. They're quite in their own style, but interesting. So much fine details, but I really like the theme and the style of the illustrations. And another one is by same, this one is by same artist, Russian fairy tales, so it's drawn in same style. Some fairy tales I can recognize, some I don't. And this one like a bit in similar style, but different artist, Inna Lisogurskaya. I really like this one, Slavonic motifs. I don't know how you call these guys in English, like very strong man, cat. This is our witch, Baba Yaga. These 2 books are Belarusian edition, which I'm very happy because not many coloring books are published in Belarus. And actually these 2 I found accidentally in children's coloring book section. I was looking something for my nephew, and then came upon these 2 coloring books, and I really loved them. And though they are said like for kids, but I don't think kids can give this justice to these books, because these are quite complicated illustrations. Look at this, and they're one-sided illustrations, which is good, and the paper is not as thin as you expect from children's book. So I don't know. The only thing I don't like is this, the name of the picture. I think they could put it somewhere in the corner, not straight on the illustration, but okay, there's nothing I can do about this. But I really love the illustrations. This one is called Kind Hearts, and this is supposed to be for girls. And inside there are original works by the artist, and the artist's name is Igor Belichenko. And look how beautiful they are. I really love them. I can't imagine kids coloring this book, really. I'm surprised that didn't mean it for grown-ups. Look how beautiful. So I'm very happy with these 2 books. Another one is supposed to be for boys, obviously. it's a little bit less exciting for me than the first one, but still the same artist. This picture I like the most in this book. But the rest are also nice. Waters. This is I forgot, in Russian they called him Saint George. Yeah, I think in English as well, Saint George. The guy who captured the dragon. And here are ready works. Then this one is not exactly a coloring book, I just 8 sheets of illustrations on watercolor paper, and this set features animals. As you can see, the line work is very light, so when you use watercolor it would not stand out too much. So I really want to try my watercolors and want to improve my skills in that. Then this book is translates as a fairy world of Middle Earth. This one is dedicated to Tolkien's books, Tolkien's world. And the artist is, let me see, Roman Pisarev. This illustrator is quite famous, and he works with the Folio Society, and even got award as best illustrator of the UK. And he has his own vision of the Tolkien world, like hobbits look different from what one would expect. Really very quality illustrations. The book is a beauty on its own, even without coloring. Then I got this book. There is an English edition of this book as well, The Witcher. 3 artists worked for this book: Mariana Strychowska, Yu Chen Tan and Scott Wade. It is dedicated to, I don't know, computer game, but there is also a book by Andrzej Sapkowski, I think. But I simply like the illustrations, like they're a bit fantasy type, and I find that interesting. I colored this picture and this one so far. I will show you my favorite, one of my favorite pictures, very romantic. Let me find it. Yeah, this one. Very sweet. Okay, and finally the last book. There's also an English edition of this book, Terry Pratchett's The Discworld, I think, by Paul Kidby. I haven't read the book. I just love the illustrations, and actually I love the quotes from the book. Really unusual style. Very charming characters, I find them. Yeah. This one, I don't know, he reminds me of, you know, actor Adrian Brody, who played the piano guy. He looks for me like the same face, you know, same expression. So that was it. I hope it was interesting for you, and thank you for watching. Bye.